What is up, everyone? Welcome back to our channel. If you are new here, I am Teacher Mike, and today we are going to cover 5 essential tricks to help you improve your reading scores on the CELPIP exam. Tip number 1 or trick number 1 is to learn time management skills. The CELPIP reading test is divided into 4 parts, and learning how to manage your time in each one of them is crucial. Probably the most important thing that you can do. It's more important than your grammar and then your vocabulary and then anything else. So one of the best ways to improve your timing, it's not a big secret, is just to practice the test repeatedly following the exact time per task. So for example, on reading task 1, you have 11 minutes. So when practicing at home, you must respect that timing. Right now, on that same note, each task is completely different. So the strategies that you are going to apply for task number 1, they are different than the strategies that you are going to apply in task number 2, 3, and 4. For example, when you look at task number 2, you don't need to read all the details of the image. The most important thing in reading number 2 is to understand the idea of the image, and then when you start reading the email on the right side of the screen, you can start answering the questions by going back to the image only as needed. So that is a special skill for task number 2. There's a special skill for 3 and 4. We can make more videos about this if you want. You can just tell me in the comments. So practicing this time management technique will help you stay on track and is going to ensure you have enough time to answer all the questions. Reading everything is never going to work. Trick number 2 is on that same note. Learn to find key ideas, not small details. The CELPIP test often requires you to understand main ideas and not the smallest details. So an important tip that I give my students is when you get stuck into small specific details such as vocabulary or language that is too technical, that is often not required for the right answer. Usually, you just need to understand the main idea of that paragraph. One exercise that you can do to practice this is to summarize the idea of a paragraph in 3 to 4 quick sentences. So when finishing the reading of a paragraph, ask yourself the simple question, what did I just read? And try to repeat the ideas to yourself in very simple sentences in your own vocabulary. So doing this will increase your ability to read faster, understand the ideas of paragraphs, and it will increase your score. So don't worry about minor details that get you stuck because a lot of times they are not necessary to answer the questions. So if you learn and improve this ability, you're going to answer the questions more accurately, more specifically in parts 1, 3, and 4. That's where understanding key ideas is more important. Trick number 3, very important, is to understand synonyms. Look guys, the answers in the CELPIP test will often and all the time use synonyms rather than the exact words from what you just read. So for example, if it says in the reading that they're happy, the answer can be they're joyful. If it says they're sad, it can be unhappy. And this is more simple vocabulary. Of course, it can be more complicated than that. So when you read the passage, the key terms are important, but you have to know their synonyms because then when you look at the answers, you can find the answers even when they use different words. So you will have to improve your vocabulary and your familiarity with synonyms because that is going to enhance your ability to match the questions with the right answers. A good example I give my students is the word money. Money can be funds, it can be finances, it can be budget. So that's the main idea here. So similar questions will use words that are similar, but they are not necessarily the same. Trick number 4, feelings and opinions in task number 4. Now, identifying feelings and opinions is important in all tasks of CELPIP, but in 4 is one of the most important things. Because what will happen in task number 4 is that you're going to read an article about a topic. That article will describe the way different people think, feel, or react about that thing. So when you're reading that, you will find words such as disappointed, believes, thinks, agrees, disagrees. So you're going to look for words and phrases that indicate feelings and opinions of each person on that paragraph, right? So these are often adjectives and verbs that describes emotions or thoughts. This can help you answer the questions about the author or about the people in that passage. Together with this, one easy way to answer questions quickly in part 4 is to identify positive and negative feelings about someone. So when you find that Jason dislikes, so you already know that Jason is negative, so the answer on the questions will be probably negative. So if you focus on these elements, you're going to be better prepared for task number 4 of reading, which is something lots of students have trouble with. They usually think task number 4 on reading is the hardest one. Trick number 5 in task 4 is all about keeping tracks of names in all of the tasks. Names will appear in tasks 1, 2, and 4. And when CELPIP gives you a name of a person, understanding their opinions or their feelings will always be important. So pay attention to who is speaking and what are their opinions, right? You can highlight or make a note when you are practicing at home, just so you can find the names of the people that you're reading about and understand what they think about a specific thing, right? This will make it easier for you to match the questions with the right passages in parts 1, 2, and 4, right? And that is also going to improve your speed while doing this. Now, again, this is common in part 4, but it can be common in part 1, 2 as well. You can answer these questions more accurately and a lot more quickly, all right? So there you have it, guys. We have 5 very quick and important tips for you to improve your reading score. I will say trick number 1 is the most important, which is time management. Learning time management will help you do all the other things, improving key ideas, understanding synonyms, understanding feelings and opinions, and understanding names. These are all very important abilities. But if you can do the time management one, that's the higher priority. Oh, and by the way, do not forget, if you want to practice reading, listening, writing, and speaking in a task simulator that is exactly like the task simulator on the CELPIP exam with different and new questions created by our own Express CELPIP teachers, all you gotta do is click the button in the description and you can get 7 days free, a 7-day totally free trial. So I really recommend you do this because it's the best way to start improving your scores is by practicing tests that are realistic in the real level that you need to see if you are improving or not. So our test simulator is absolutely complete, different and new questions that we create ourselves with 4 CELPIP Express coaches that are trained here in Express, and it is the perfect way for you to improve your scores. And the best part is I'm gonna pay the first 7 days for you. They're gonna be free for you. So all you gotta do is click the button down below, 7 days free to study with real practice tests. So hope you enjoyed this opportunity. Click the button in the description so you don't miss this.